You are now tuned to BS3 Network.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Fourcast. Tonight, you have the viewing pleasure of the A-Team tonight on the Fourcast. Myself and A-Trap in the building as we do an amazing film, Michael, which is now on STARZ. So for those of you that have not seen it and you want to check it out, it's available on STARZ right now. So we decided to review it tonight. But before we get into the show, like we always do, kind of go around the room. It's two of us, so we don't got a lot to go around the room with. But A-Trap wanted to shout out someone, so I wanted to pass the mic over to him.
Hey man, I want to say when you pull me up and you see my name doesn't say my name. It says a very, very, very good friend of mine. Behind me is my crew. We've been together for 42 years. 42 years. In about a month, it'll be officially 42 years. One of the soldiers for my crew, right there over my shoulder, right there, Derek Jackson. We affectionately call him Disco. Transitioned over the weekend. One of the best people I ever met in my life. So, I just wanted to make sure the whole world heard his name at least one more time. That's my man right there. One of the most genuine human beings you'll ever meet. Well, you would have ever had the opportunity to meet. Solid 100. Anything, any platitude or any honorific that you can put on a person, I would put it on Derek Jackson. Met him my freshman year in high school. We were inseparable. And as a matter of fact, you never knew this, but we won viewer down today because at the end of every forecast, he would send me a text. Good one, man. So rest in peace to my brother Derek Jackson.
Yeah.
Blessings and prayers to his family, man. Yeah. One of the best people I've ever met in my entire life.
Yeah. A round of applause for him and for his life and for the impact he definitely made on you. So you could only imagine
everyone
the impact that he made on others.
Yeah, on everyone, man. He was one of those people. You go to funerals and you hear. I mean, he give you a shirt off his back. He was one of those people, though.
Yeah, and it's rare. That's rare people.
Yeah,
definitely. Thank you for that. Shout out to Derek, Disco Jackson. That he danced and stuff like that. Is where they got the disco from.
Yeah, that's where the disco comes from. If you met him, you'd never think he was a dancer, but he's man. Dude was that good human, man.
Yeah.
Flat out good human, man. That's why I had to represent my crew. The 88 Warriors, that's my people right there. It was, I think it was 396 of us. That was just a portion of us right there.
Wow. So that's the graduating class.
Yeah. It was 555 of us as freshmen.
Wow. That's,
yeah, man. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
well, man. Definitely shout out to Derek. I thank you for that moment, A-Trap. All right, so tonight's review, if you have not seen it already, it's been out there. It's been almost everywhere at this point. If you've seen clips, it's on STARZ. If you've seen it at the theaters, definitely join in, give us your thoughts on Michael. Let me give a shout out to a couple comments here. The intellect in the building. Thank you for tuning in, man. Eric Butler, good to see you.
What up, BB?
Theodore, thank you for tuning in as well. Your continued support always does not go unnoticed. Lynn Harper with the like on Facebook. We appreciate that as well. All right, so we know what this is about. It follows Michael Jackson. It's his musical biography directed by Antoine Fuqua and written by John Logan. And it follows him from the Jackson 5 all the way up until the Bad Tour. His nephew, Jaafar Jackson, played him, which, right out the gate, I felt like he did one hell of a job. I mean, because we get into some kind of initial thoughts. It's easy to just pick somebody to play Michael Jackson, but to actually embody it, to show the mannerisms, the voice, and this is him right here in the three different kind of shots there. But he did one hell of a job, man. I was impressed.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he did a hell of a job. I'm quite sure he put a lot of painstaking hours into emulating this uncle. Probably was a difficult manifestation. Just because it was his uncle, and he did a great job. He did his family proud. I'm quite sure Michael somewhere in the universe, in the essence, saying, "Hey, that's my nephew." So big ups to him, man. Jafar, you did a damn good job, man.
Yeah. And it was definitely not easy. Obviously, being Michael Jackson, the king of pop, I think the best artist ever. I mean, hands down. You've seen people, they show some of some clips as far as what a concert would look like, but that didn't do it enough justice. These people falling out, fainting, having to be carried off just from a glimpse, not touching him, not even getting close enough, but just a glimpse. So I'll say he's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yeah, I mean, this is you always hear this is the greatest entertainer of all time. This guy is this, and we got the conversation of this GOAT thing has been going around for about 10 or 15 years, ever since Chris Rock dropped that Top 5 movie. I don't think anybody will ever touch Michael Jackson, or if it will be a very long time before we see it. Look at it this way, the person before Michael Jackson that had this type of impact on people was Elvis Presley, right?
Right.
Get to the point where he had cinematic feature films, and he was taking over the world, one step at a time. You are iconic when acting like you is a job. Michael Jackson has people making a living impersonating him.
Yeah.
Pretending I'm so great that if you pretend to be me, people will pay you.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the great Beyonce. Ain't nobody gonna be acting like Beyonce. You ain't gonna go around and crazy in love. Hey, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
Nobody gonna be walking around getting the little chin strap beard talking about I'm Drake, man. This dude was insane, man.
Yeah.
Look at it this way, man. Michael Jackson went on his own, as you saw in the film. He went on his own in 1979. 1979 and 1989. Only thing more popular Michael Jackson during that period was HIV and AIDS. Right?
Yeah.
That was the only thing.
No, you're right.
Michael Jackson. Right. HIV and AIDS.
Right. Yeah.
So, man, it's not going to happen, man. This dude got people back in the theaters, man.
Yeah, really. I mean, it was mass. This was like Black Panther. When Black Panther came out, this was like equal to that. People were going,
forever. You know what I'm saying? This is insane. Man.
Hey, one of the greatest movies, in my opinion, of 2026. Hey, I'm gonna say for the past 10 years, one of the greatest. I think he can go up there with Black Panther. He can go up there with what's some other good stuff we've seen? Avengers, that end game. I mean, it's up there from like any genre.
Nothing can touch this, man. I mean, put like this, when those films were released, people were going to the theaters, man. This is pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, right?
This dude
right.
got people breaking protocol and going to the theater like, hey, yeah, you call for me if you want to. I'm gonna go see Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Mike regardless.
So this dude, like I remember we did something about Mike about a year ago, right? And y'all didn't understand that this dude was a sex symbol at one point. Y'all was like, I don't know about that. Like, dog, if you went to high school in the 80s, 79, 80 to 89, 90, if there was a thing, putting a picture of someone in your locker, you walk through the hallway to Westinghouse Vocational High School, or any high school in the United States of America, you saw a picture of Michael Jackson in the locker, man.
Oh yeah.
So
if you was a teenage girl, you definitely had.
No, not women.
There was some dudes too.
Teenage girl thing. This was grown women was digging this dude. This dude was hot, man. This dude was fish grease hot, man. That's what I was trying to tell y'all, man.
And Jaafar did a good job of that, showing like he was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see, back then, you didn't realize that this dude like 5'8", 130 pounds. You didn't realize that. You just saw this image of a dude jamming, singing, very nice looking man. At the time, Jerry Curl was thin. He had his, had thing in his head. The man was that deal, man. I remember being a freshman at Westinghouse High School, sitting in the lunchroom, and like 5 Michael Jacksons went this way, and like 4 or 5 Princes went that way. It was insane. Like, what the hell have I got myself into, man? It was insane, man. And it was normal, like, man.
Yeah. I mean, that was we didn't have that me growing up, but I mean, he was everywhere. Like we'll say all the time, people would stop what they were doing to watch the video premiere. Like, and that thriller laugh at the end, up until 20 years ago, that you put that on, you'd be like, oh, it give you chills.
And Vincent Price, man. I mean, dude, this dude was insane, man.
Yeah. It was crazy just how much he had an impact, which they showed here, which I'm glad they did show that. Fast forward to MTV and getting it on MTV, like he's seen the vision too of I'm not just a black artist. Like everybody enjoys my music, so you need to get it to the spots where the most eyes will see it.
Ironically, he took over right when MTV was taken off.
Yeah.
So it was just. I mean, this is the most iconic person, if no other time in my lifetime, in the 56 years I've been walking the earth. Nobody ever has been so impactful in regards to music. I mean, this dude was writing songs for other people, singing background and making them popular. This dude named Rockwell. He has a song called "I Always Feel Like Somebody's Watching Me." Michael Jackson is singing background. He wrote the song, man. Like, I'm gonna make you a star. He wrote songs, Centipede, for a sister, Rebe. She only time you ever heard her 2 words together, Rebe Jackson. My man wrote the song and said, "Okay, put some money in your pocket too."
Right. He was trying to put her on.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know this, so I just looked up Michael Jackson. You look up the discography. He had 5 albums before Off the Wall. Like he had them as a kid. I didn't know that. I thought because the way the film was, his dad was like, all right, you can cut this album on your off time, but from 8 to 5, you mind. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess I knew he had an album before Off the Wall. I didn't know he had that many albums.
Yeah, man. I mean, man, but see, this was a time in which they were just throwing things into the ocean at that time.
Yeah, just seeing what
you stick. If you don't, then we still gonna fall back on this Jackson 5 thing.
5, right?
So and that's the thing.
What's up, Big Lenore?
When you living in this music world, people will put you in a box and you'll be stuck in that box. That's probably why when we did the Luther Vandross preview, that's probably why Luther was like, I don't want y'all put me in the box, and I'm not what y'all want me to be, and then I lose my fans. Nah, man. People, that's like when we did Earth, Wind and Fire. They said they did one disco song because people, you got to do it. You got to do it. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that, man. That's not what we do.
Yeah, I don't got to do nothing. But when they did do it, it was the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into a couple of the actors. MJ also wrote "I Want Muscles" by Diana Ross.
Muscles.
I want muscles.
Yeah. It's just Diana Ross, one of her biggest hits, man.
One of the biggest hits?
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull that up.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
It's a questionable MJ.
Yeah.
Hey, the dude pen was lethal. You think of all the hits that he's had, his pen game was on point.
Yeah, man.
So Colman Domingo played Joe Jackson, which social media was all over him because they always say he keep his mouth open. I don't care. The dude killed this role.
Yeah, he killed it, man.
I think him, and when they had that TV series, I don't know who played Joe Jackson, but that was another great.
I forgot his name. He played Freddie Boom Boom Washington on Welcome Back, Call. I can't think of his name right now.
But that, to me, that was the best Jackson series ever made, probably to this day. I don't think anybody's been able to duplicate that.
No, they better just stop. Sometimes you got to stop. Don't duplicate it.
Yeah, no. And they had it broken down in parts, like you always talk about.
Yeah,
I think it was 4 or 5 parts on that.
Yeah, it was like 4 or 5 parts. And again, man, when you're talking about a biopic, when you're speaking about someone's life, you cannot squeeze 45, 50, 60, 80 years into 90 minutes, man. It's kind of insane.
It's
it needs to be a series.
Yeah. So, yes, Colman Domingo, I think, did one hell of a job playing Joe Jackson. And then Nia Long did one hell of a job, too, playing Katherine Jackson. Nia Long playing moms now. Like, she's still fine.
She's 55, man, and it's over, man.
Yeah, it ain't over. She's still...
I'm just saying, she finna take Angela Bassett's job, man. Angela Bassett.
Yeah, Loretta Devine, she could be playing moms in every movie.
Yeah, man. She ain't gonna go to Loretta Devine. She gonna be Angela Bassett. Think about it, man. Angela Bassett has been Tupac and Biggie mama, man.
Right. And Black Panther's mama too.
Right. Black Panther mama, Trey from the Boys in the she that's her mama.
Yeah, man. She been everybody. Yeah, you're right. She in that stage, but she killed that role too. I wouldn't expect anything less. That's a bad boy. Yeah, man. Yeah, Colman Domingo is if I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it's definitely bad boy. Man, this guy's been doing, you name it, whatever he's dropping, he's able to act in whatever it is. Theodore says she was okay.
Yeah, he takes the role of LeBron James' daddy, man. Don't nobody know that Delroy Lindo is really LeBron James' daddy.
Yeah. That's on his birth certificate. It said Delroy Lindo.
Yeah, man. That's LeBron James' daddy.
Yeah, I think Nia Long did good, but she was just soft spoken, like period. So the role was like really taking a back seat to pretty much whatever Joe wanted to do until he got older. But she does look like her. I would definitely give you that. The casting on that part of it was like spot on, and that photo right there, she looked like she don't want to take that picture, but yeah, that casting was spot on there. She does look like her. Domingo, one of the best today. Check out his performance on the series finale of Euphoria. Yeah, I watched, I think, the first 2 seasons. But yeah, and he did a film that we reviewed about the civil rights leader that helped with the march. Yeah, Ben Arreston was another good one. So yeah, that was the parents. Barry Gordy, played by Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate did a great job as well. And you can start to see kind of the dynamic of Barry Gordy coming in and inspiring Michael, which I think that was when he started to gain more and more confidence, because Barry Gordy was like, man, this dude is a star, and he only 10. I was like, nah, say that you 8, but you 10. So Joe's, with that jealousy, and man, talk about Barry Gordy, man.
Yeah, man. Barry Gordy don't get enough credit in regards to pop culture, Black American music, and things of that nature. Yeah, everybody go, oh, you the owner, you the founder and creator of Motown, but What you don't know, what is not talked about is his relationship with Michael Jackson. And one of the things that I'm really impressed by his relationship with Michael Jackson, as you saw, it started very young.
Yeah.
Berry Gordy is the person who pretty much destroyed the relationship between Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. He put Michael up on game on buying
Beatles
masters.
Yeah.
So Michael started buying masters, and which led Michael to do one of the most philanthropic things in the history of America. He bought Little Richard masters and gave them to him. And gifted it to him, because it's just insane that the dude who is the architect of rock and roll, you know, he was broke at the time. You know, you're looking at these situations, they just poverty pimps. They go into the communities of impoverished people, whether it be Menudo, New Edition, the Jackson 5, and so many others. Yeah. They pimp them out, they give them up, they flash them with something shiny, and then they take all their money and then they go somewhere and get rich. And, you know, they reap the benefits into perpetuity.
Right.
Michael Jackson stopped that in a lot of cases. That's why Michael Jackson, there's always controversy around his transitioning, saying, hey, because he owned 50% of Sony's catalog, he's like, man, we need to get rid of this guy. So
yeah, this
is because of Berry Gordy. And what annoyed me about this, it is a microcosm of what's going on in our community as well. You, as Joe Jackson, you meaning Joe Jackson, don't want your son to have one of the greatest music moguls in the history of the world being his mentor. You want to step in because you want to shine and you want to be the responsible for the success, instead of just allowing. If my son wanted to be a doctor and Dr. whoever was, you know, the greatest doctor in the world, or if Johnny Cochran wanted to take my son under his wing, it would behoove you to allow Johnny Cochran
to allow that to happen.
And this is what happens a lot of times. People allow their egos to get in the way, and it destroys the potential earning power. And had he done it, had he just taken a step back and allowed that to happen, this can still be going on to this very day.
Yeah. And I think too, you know, you obviously can't just allow him to be over there all the time. You can't not have any eyes on him, but you also can't make it be a detriment to where you're hurting him.
Right.
But he just wanted the recognition. Like, Joe, you did one hell of a job to take your kids from Gary, Indiana to where they are. Now, like, let them be and let them fly and let them grow. Like, you did your part. Nobody's gonna say Joe didn't help them. We all seen the Jackson series where they was driving around in a van and they were rehearsing at home and they're hooking up all the equipment. Like, that was a push and a drive that you gave them. Now that they're of age, let them fly, let them be. But he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, man. It's just, people get caught up in their egos, man. We get the ego tripping, and you ain't gonna do nothing but lose your luggage when you ego tripping. You know what I'm saying? You miss out on stuff, man. And that's true. It's, you know, I hate to get all you know, esoteric with this, but this is what's wrong with our community today. We have this abject competition. You know, that's what's the beautiful thing about you and I. We left the other network and we still work. We work together.
Oh yeah.
Instead of just saying, "Oh, we have to be better. I got to be better than BSU. I got to be better at the end of the bench." No, we gonna work together, and then we're gonna climb this wall of success together. And up until and including the moment that we start doing that as a community, we will continue to struggle, because the competition isn't banned. The competition is ESPN, Fox.
Right.
You are not the
Cowherd.
Right. Yeah. Everybody that's trying to do what we're doing, they've done it, and they have literally trillions of dollars behind them. They are the competition. We are not in competition with each other, and that's what we find ourselves doing.
Yeah, that's like when podcasts beefing against each other. That don't make no sense. Everybody, literally every person you can think of has a podcast. It is no longer a niche. It is the mainstream. There's guys that just do podcasts only. They don't do TV. Hell, Shannon Sharp, like they do TV. The TV is their side deal. Mm-hmm. They do their podcast as their main deal. That's where sponsors are. So I mean, you arguing over somebody, we can all eat. Like, believe me,
it's not wrong. Man.
Yeah, it's enough room. They had to reshoot a significant portion of the second half due to a lawsuit. Couldn't talk about the allegations. I think he's talking about this film. Yeah, that's why it took so long, because it seemed like we've been hearing about this for at least the past 3-4 years.
At least.
Yeah. So I mean, the development began in 2019. So we talking about pre-COVID.
Yeah, we talking about 7 years. Man.
It was announced in 2022, and then in 2023, in 2024, they had to reshoot some things. Which now that was, let's get into some of the critiques. People were like, they didn't give you any of the bad. They didn't give you any of his later life, which I believe they're working on a 2. But again, you cannot. This guy's done so much. You want to see every segment of his life, but you can't squeeze that into 2 hours. You can't.
No, man. See, this is what's wrong with the world. If you ask me, we don't understand that this is just a clip of his life.
Right.
Look, and I'm speaking from a hypocritical portion of this, because I had the same critique of Ali, the movie, but everybody loved that. So now you want to see this brother get drugged through the mud. No, we're gonna celebrate this dude, and this is the problem with the world today. We are so caught up in what's wrong with the world, we won't even celebrate what was right with the world.
Right.
This dude
we want more of the negative than the positive, because the negative sells, but the great things that he's done, like we all know the case. We know, like, if you really want to know, you can look that up. It's like we don't need another OJ documentary. There's so much information out there. You already know the deal. So they don't need to put that in this.
Or how about this? Did you want to see the fact that this dude passed 27 lie detector tests? Since you want to talk about that, you want to see the fact that the Federal Bureau of Investigations found this dude innocent and found that the young men who made these accusations were coached into this. You don't want to hear about that, though. Yeah. You want to drag, it's this forever living and, throwing your pearls at swine. Now, we're going to keep these pearls. We're going to keep them clean. We're going to celebrate this dude. We're going to keep it pushing, because he's never been found guilty of anything. Yeah.
And really, when anything that you've seen, this dude was a kid, like, at heart. People don't, they overlook that part. When because it's a blessing and a curse when you start off that young at 8 years old. You rehearsing every day. Then you do your schoolwork. It seemed like he had like one day or maybe an hour so he can watch a movie with his mom. But this kid worked extremely hard, and his dad was hard on him. And so we would go to the store and buy toys. He did Neverland, all because of Peter Pan. Like we don't tie those things together. So in this film, they did a really good job of showing him, like, he wanted friends, so he would get Bubbles, he would get Ben the rat, he would get a giraffe,
a llama,
right? And as his brothers got older, they were like, yeah, we don't like play with toys no more. Like, we got a wife, we got kids, so there is a I think a mental aspect to this that we don't talk about. We don't address. We just say that he did these things or these allegations that people have against him. But the dude was a kid, and one of the childhood. And by the time he got the money to really do what he wanted to do, it was like, oh, you too old to be playing with toys. You too old to have, pets and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. But see, again, man, this ties right into the mental dichotomy of being Black in America.
Yeah,
we're caught up in capitalism, and capitalism forced you to think about money
too early,
things and opulence, instead of being a human being. And then you never address that ongoing trauma from childhood. I'm one of the people who jokingly said this about Joe. Remember, it beat me into a superstar. I wish my
pain. Yeah, we all used to say that.
Right, but when you're watching this, man, like, it made me a proud father, even though my son was an excellent baseball player. But I was a sports fanatic. BJ can get less than a damn about a football, baseball, or basketball game. He's like getting into it now. He's in his 30s, though.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, Pop, I still remember, he said, you mind if I quit baseball? And boy, almost shed a tear.
Deep down,
I'm like, that's it. And I had to be a father though. I said, hey,
Yeah.
you have fun. He was like, nah, like, you quit. And his mother said, that hurt, didn't it? I was like, yeah, it did.
It did.
But I'd rather him be happy. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. He could be a little sad with 300 million. I always use, but on the serious side, you know, I'd rather him be who he want to be instead of trying to be who I wanted him to be, and that's what we saw with Joe.
Yeah, and I think he gave him that foundation, he gave him that, you know, this is what you do to be great, and then Michael took that into like superstardom. Like he took it to a whole level that Joe couldn't take it. And that was another probably reason why he was jealous. He was jealous of his own kid. And I mean, that's a terrible place to be.
Yeah, man. Anytime you live in your life vicariously through your children, it's a problem. Unless you are living it through their dreams. When you pushing your dreams onto your children, it's poor parents. And this is the very reason everybody doesn't need to be a parent. Shout out to my sister Jackie, class 88. You know, she's one of my sisters. She's one of the people in the picture. She's behind my shoulder. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you for the support. But yeah, man. You know, we've all told that joke. Man, I wish my parents would have beat me a little more. I'm glad, you know, as many whoopers I got, I don't think my mom could have beat me in the superstar. If I would be a billionaire if I would. Some of them whoopers. But on the serious side, nah, man. You know, you can't live. Love you too, Jackie. Being you know, you have to love your friends and family into who they are, and that seems to be a big, gigantic problem in the world today. We get into who you pray with, who you lay with, how you live in your life, how you dress, how you carry yourself, and things of that nature. And that's just not the way you handle yourself in this world. And if you continue to push people that way, this is why people shut down, walk away. And this is probably a major contributor to the addiction of substances in the United States of America today, because people aren't allowed to be themselves. And you clearly see this. I mean, thank God that his other brothers were allowed to do whatever they wanted to do. Clearly, they didn't have what Mike had. Right. Mike wanted it. Joe didn't understand how to communicate it, and I don't want to turn this into a beat down Joe Jackson. But it's just, man, this is why, you know, you need the head of the house, but you also need the neck.
Yeah,
neck, the head don't work, and that's what, you know. No disrespect to his mother, his beautiful mother. She seems like a wonderful person, but this is when the village needed to step in, and like his brothers overcame it, and of course the intensity in which he was facing the ire of his dad was insane. But one of his
if he could look his dad in the eye,
right?
And he was 20. Yeah, I don't know. He was probably 20 plus at that moment.
Yeah.
He had to get his manager to fax his dad to say, "You out." And then he came home and he had to walk or tiptoe around the house. I mean, that's a level, and your kids should have a respectable fear of you, but to not be able to look you in the eye, to not be able to tell you how they feel that's a different level of fear that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, man. And the thing is, man, I had that type of level of fear for my mother, but not because of force. It was more respect with my mother. I can remember my mother bought me my first, when I was 21. I'm home. She bring me a case of beer. I remember sneaking the beer in the refrigerator, and then it took me like 4 days walking past her room, like and then I was like, wait a minute, she bought the beer.
She bought it for me. Why
am I sticking around? I get it, man. Your parents, bro. I'm 5'10". My mother was 5'5", 5'6". I didn't realize I was taller than my mother. This is the type of impact my mother made on me psychologically. I realized I was taller than my mother until I was 26.
Yeah.
I looked over and I said, man, you got gray hair. She said, I raised you. I was like, I'm taller than you. She's like, what? So I get the level of respect, but my mother never emotionally and psychologically injured me the way Joe did with this brother, man. And that's a sad commentary.
Yeah. I mean, and it took him years. I mean, like by the time he actually got to Thriller, I mean, that was years before he actually had the confidence to just like, I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna do this for me. I'm no longer gonna be, you know, whatever Joe says goes type situation. So I mean, it took him a minute, you know, to get to that point.
Yeah, man. I mean, you have so much reverence when you're in a certain situation, especially that was an abusive situation, but most of us have that. You know, I've met your parents. You had a type of reverence for your parents. It's difficult when they not physically imposing to go, and after a while, it's just like, and then this dude was just overbearing, man, because like until I started learning about people like Joe Jackson, I thought my mother was Joe Jackson, Jack. So it was like, man, you tripping, man. She out tripping. But I just think about instances in which I had to tell my mother, I was like, Mom, I'm a boy. She's like, yeah, being about 9. I was like, Mom, I'm a boy. She's like, okay, midnight. I'm like, but she don't care if you're 50, you come in the house at midnight.
Yeah, you come in the house too late, the door.
Ain't no after midnight. Stay wherever you are. Be there.
Stay there. Yeah, get inside or lay down somewhere else.
Right. So, but yeah, man. That's why I get the level of respect he had for his father, but it wasn't respect; it was fear. And you don't want your children to fear you. You know, you don't want
not to that point. And they like, it's almost like they never really had. I'm sure. I hope and pray at some point they had a conversation. You know, before Michael passed. But you know, you just dealing with somebody that. It's your father, and they ain't call him Dad. They called him Joe.
And you know, doing research on this, you know, Joe has an additional child outside of his marriage.
Oh, really?
And Janet does not like this young lady for the dumbest reason in the history of not liking. I mean, I understand my mom is hurt because you stepped out on your vows, and I get it. You love your parent, you love your mother. You don't want nobody making a fool of your mother. But allegedly, I'm not gonna put this on Janet, but the way the information I got read, Janet don't like this other girl. She's my age. Janet like 3 years older than me, because she got to call him Dad. They had to call him Joe. Hey man, I don't know, man. Being a man, it might be cool to call your pops. Yeah, all right, Fred, what up?
Yeah.
You want to call your father, like maybe it's just a man thing. You know, I couldn't imagine my daughter addressing me as Brian.
Right? Yeah. No.
Right,
No, never.
Right.
So he told them to call him.
Yeah, he told them to call him Joseph.
Okay. It wasn't like a defiant. Yeah.
Allegedly,
he would have beat him though if they called him Joe and he didn't want them to call that. He would have definitely beat the brakes off of him.
So Joe might be the first cat to beat the black off you.
For real, literally.
Some of the black off might like.
Yeah, really. So Jackson 5 coming up, and then Susan DePass comes up, who I don't think she get a lot of credit either. I mean, she was huge as far as getting talent for Motown. Jackson 5 got on the label immediately. You know, they in the studio working on the song. Joe still wanting to be that manager, but Berry Gordy's like, look, I have the experience that I have. Yes, you've got them to this point, but the experience that I have musically, and in music business wise, you know, step back a little.
Right.
So I can only imagine the clashes that they had. Him and Berry Gordy. I don't know if it ever came to blows, but you know, him and Berry Gordy going back and forth.
I doubt if it ever came to anything, because let's not forget, man, Blood was about that paper. He wasn't gonna mess up the bag.
Right, true.
Oh man, I want to be in control, but do you want to be poor? You want to go back to that
right. You want to go back to Gary?
Relax. That's why he hurried up and got up off Motown, because like, oh man, this dude too overbearing, and he understood that these white people don't understand. I can manipulate them.
Yeah,
I can manipulate them, but I can't manipulate Barry because Barry understand what I'm doing.
Right, exactly. He know the game inside and out.
And I saw a lot of cultural instances and cultural nuance in this film, and it, you know, took it back to the pre-emancipation and some of the things that the stigma that stick to us even to this very day. And you know, like we we know each other better than we know anybody else, and we know that y'all don't know us. Y'all know what y'all think y'all know of us, and I can manipulate y'all like he did when he was like, "Hey man, he cooked 9 to 5, but 9 to 5 he mine." And
you can do whatever you want. It was like, oh, okay, Joe, that's cool. That's a good deal.
Yeah, and see, and again, man, if we want to play that game, we're gonna lose in that game every time because all they have to do is flash money.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brother Michael is an astute businessman, which is a rare situation in that most people don't understand that. Most people don't understand the power. Like, you know what? You bold enough to get rid of my father, but I'm also smart enough to control you.
Yeah.
It's a give and take. I'm the talent. And Big Illinois mentioned that they're doing 360 deals today.
Yep.
If you are an artist and you sign a 360 deal, you are outside of your freaking mind.
Right. Because they get a package of everything you do.
Yeah. If you start selling fart, they're gonna
it don't matter what it is. They getting a cut. Which, I mean, a lot of artists, that's how they make most of their money is when they touring. Yeah, them 360 deals. There was a clip of somebody. It was a song by I think it was a song by Ransom, but it was a clip of somebody talking on the song saying, "If you do a 360 deal, you crazy." I wonder if that was Lenny Kravitz, but I couldn't find.
I think it may have been
who did that interview, but
he's a big component of anti 360, and it's just basically, man, lack of education is legal manifestation of slavery.
True.
Because what people need to realize is this: like me and you've had this conversation about these platforms that we've created. I would rather make $125,000, $130,000 a year doing this than to make $500,000 on ESPN. And people, I mean, you crazy? No. I'm in control of this. Right. This is me.
Because what we've learned since COVID is that if things get tough, ESPN will cut you with the quickness. All the people that come on the show, the Damian Woodies and the Ryan Clarks of the world, they will cut you real quick because you're expendable.
Carl Ravitch's been on ESPN since the 90s.
Wow. Since baseball, Sunday Night Baseball. Since I was playing Little League, he was probably on.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man.
I
heard Carl Ravitch on ESPN, and I didn't even have children. My son will be 33 in about a month.
Right.
So, that's what, again, this movie touched on a myriad of things that dog our community to this day. You see people like Monique and our brother Chicago brother Corey Holcomb and what's the man, Eddie Griffin. They're the black sheep. Why don't y'all just do a black sheep tour?
Yeah, really.
Everybody's blackballing y'all. Why don't y'all just do a black sheep tour?
Yeah.
Y'all sell out joints. Y'all individually selling out joints.
Right.
Make it happen, man. But see, you'll wait on this $20 million movie deal when you can make $20 million over the next 6 months and then just be comfortable, Right. But people keep looking at this billion. Like when you and I, we started, 6-7 years ago?
Yeah.
Started 6-7 years ago. If somebody would have told us that day, yo, $250 a year, guaranteed, 99% chance there's no way in hell you're gonna make it, but we gonna guarantee you $250. The average person, or I give you $5 million right now, and then I ain't gonna tell you how long this fame gonna last. Most people go, give me the $5 million. No, give me the $250.
Yeah, because that $250 consistently, that'll get you the $5 million.
Right. That'll get you the $5, and that's what people not looking at. Do you really want the $5 up front? The $5 up front comes with $2.5 million right off the rip.
Yeah,
right off the rip, $250. And now you're paying taxes,
Right.
And then it's not what it is, man. But this $250 gives me the opportunity. People don't, entertainment and any other medium. People don't realize you need 1/2. Listen to me, people. 1/2 of 1% of the people in the world. And for me, I have a very black-centric platform. So if I had 1/2, look at this, y'all. And this is where entertainers and other people, well, Michael Jackson got the system beat. If I get 1/2 or 1% of the black community to tap in faithfully every time I fire up, that's at a minimum 500,000 people every time I fire up. Do you understand how much money I would make if I get 500,000 views every time?
Yeah.
I don't need ESPN. Look,
nah. ESPN or whatever network be coming to you.
They be coming to me. Why you think
to buy it?
If he getting $60 million?
Yeah.
You know, Jim Rome. I got that math from the great Bill Cosby, and Jim Rome made it happen. Jim Rome was the hottest dude on ESPN. They fired him. He created Jim Rome. They didn't fire him, hired him, fired him 3 times. And every time he comes back, he said, I'm not using ESPN. Y'all gonna email me at the Jim Rome show. And when they fire him again, he keep that money and he keep it pushing. You only need your look. KRS-One shows me that. Erykah Badu shows us this. Luther Vandross shows us this. The OJs, the Spinners, the Whispers. These people are getting paid into perpetuity. You don't have to be a mega star.
You just have to be
tap into what you need to tap into. And sometimes you do it like Mike and become a mega star. But guess what? Jermaine Jackson ain't missed the meal yet.
Facts.
Jermaine
Jackson, he's the main
brother.
Well, I mean, I think the other brothers, he's probably the one that's probably doing the best.
Man, this man wrote a diss song to Michael Jackson, Word to the Bad.
Right.
But again, Jermaine is eating.
Yeah.
He ain't missing no meals. He with his brothers.
He ain't missing no hair gel either.
See, that ain't inexpensive. Oh, that's the people. That man got Murray's and Dax in his hair, man. But yeah, see, Jermaine is a perfect example of this. Prince is another example of this. Later years, Michael was an example of this. No, man, I'm not gonna get pimped. And there was the beauty in Mike. Again, he had Berry Gordy. He had my main man Quincy Jones.
Yeah, man. Like when you think of that Michael and Quincy connection, that's like when you think of artist and producer connections. When you think, you fast forward, you think of you think of whatever artist and producer you can think of. I mean, they were the ones that were able to gel so well together musically. I'm sure he gave him a ton of wisdom, a ton of advice. Taught him how to work the board and how to produce and listen to certain sounds. I mean, like that connection is crazy. That can be a whole documentary alone by itself. Michael and Quincy.
How about this? I don't know if it's true or not, but I read somewhere recently. Stevie Wonder's his cousin. Stevie Wonder's Catherine's cousin.
Wow.
So this man, sometimes it's just everything comes together. And this is why you need mentors. This is why you need mentorship. This is why you need to have people paying attention to you at all times. And this is what we saw with the great Berry Gordy, man, who, again, that's one of your keynote statements on a weekly basis. This guy doesn't get enough credit. You say that all the time.
Yeah.
Berry Gordy don't get none of the credit, man.
None of it. And I don't get why, because the Jackson 5 was just one of the plethora of groups. Motown was it. There was no, maybe whatever Isaac Hayes Malaco, whatever label he was on, but Motown was it for a long period of time.
For a long time, man. Dude, we got Switch and DeBarge. People don't realize Switch and DeBarge, 2 different groups.
Right, yeah.
Switch, you got DeBarge, you got Stevie Wonder, you got the Temptations, you got one of the greatest songwriters in the history of the world, Smokey Robinson.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
and that's just the tip.
Right. And you was right. You was like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson are third cousins, related through their shared maternal grandmother, Katrina Jackson. The connection was confirmed by Michael's younger sister, Janet. So, man, and that you think of the 2 talents, and Stevie another one. Like
you wonder, man.
And they get bigger than Motown, and it seems like Barry is not one of them people to be like, oh well, you started here, you need to end here. I mean, I'm sure you sad to see him go, but Michael ended up going to Epic, and kind of the rest is history once you get into Thriller.
The only thing I don't like about Berry Gordy is he ain't sell Motown to Smokey Robinson.
Who did he sell it to?
Some white people.
Some white people.
But again, back to his big business acumen, he kept the publishing.
Now, did the Smokey wanted to buy it?
Shout out, yeah, he wanted to buy it bad. Shout out to Fly Tie, man. This Fly Tie juice is all right, man.
Hey, shout out to Fly Tie. And so the Off the Wall album comes out. He's excited just to be able to do his own album the way he wanted to do it. And that's probably what those other albums that was on Motown, that was spinoffs of the Jackson 5. This was his own album. He was able to do that album. He was in his own lane. And Off the Wall, some people argue Off the Wall is that one of their favorite Michael albums, better than Thriller.
I'm one of those people that make that argument. I'm one of those people. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Thriller that much at all. I've never sat and listened to Thriller from front to back. I've listened to Off the Wall a bunch of times.
Yeah. When you look at the Off the Wall track list, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, that I think is playing all the time. Rock With You, that's playing all the time. Working Day and Night, that's another hit. Off the Wall, She's Out of My Life, that's another hit. I mean, like, it was 10 songs on there. Half of them are hits.
Albums, man.
Yeah.
They didn't have the technology to put 17 songs on the album.
Right. It just wasn't gonna happen.
Man, shout out to Nas, man. He got back to 10 songs too, man. Shout out to Nas.
Yeah. Hey, he finally did that Primo album.
Oh.
Years and years.
Been waiting on that. This heck was a pup, man.
Yeah, man. Years and years in the making.
Yeah.
Now, when you go to the Thriller album, obviously you got Thriller. Was one of the tracks. You got Wanna Be Starting Something, that's a hit. Baby Be Mine, that's another hit. The Girl Is Mine. Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature. Hey, that side two, every track on there was fire. Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, BYT, The Lady in My Life.
Beat It ever again in my life. I've never beat it. It was just not for me, man.
Yeah, but hey, it was massive. It was massive hits.
Yeah,
and then that photo that seemed like it's been circulating since the past couple of years. Him standing next to the Crips and Bloods. Now that photo might have been AI, but there was a meeting based on this movie. There was a meeting that he had because he seen what was going on in the community. That never gets talked about. Him going into buying them toys, going to the kids sitting in the room, actually talking to them, not just. It's one thing to just drop off toys and be like, hi to everybody. But he spent time with every person. That just shows the heart that he had.
And see, man, and that's something else. It shows the reverence that our community has for Michael Jackson. I really, I have no doubt in my life that Michael Jackson met with the Crips and Bloods, because I'm gonna tell you something. Remember that television show on MTV called Yo MTV Raps? Ed Lover, Dr. Dre, at the time, MC Hammer was the hottest. He was fish grease. He was the man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came on there twice. First time he came with James Brown. I mean, he came without James Brown. Second time he was even hotter, so he came on there with James Brown, because when you could dance and you could entertain, they would, at the time they go, James Brown, and man, this put the kibosh on MC Hammer's career. He took hip hop culture and shot at Michael Jackson. That man's career went clean to hell from that point. Because look, it was like, I want to challenge Michael Jackson to a dance off. And James Brown said, wait a minute, Hammer.
Hold on now.
Hey, you don't want to do that to Michael.
Not too far.
Hey, man, no. Dude, next thing you know, they going through all these nightclubs, and KRS-One and Big Daddy came in like, what? He said, what? Hammer went.
Yeah. So,
folks had this dude, like I told you, man, 79, 89. Only thing that got more press than Mike was AIDS, HIV/AIDS, man.
Yeah.
Period. This man was doing Super Bowls. This man he was on some David Copperfield doing the Super Bowl, all over the Super Bowl, dancing. Pepsi commercials.
Yeah, man.
This man had an
video premieres. They don't even do nothing like that now. Now you could you just put it on YouTube and you drop it. But back in the day, man, you had to wait. You were waiting to see that video. You wanted to be the first one to watch that video.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I mean that was eventually became the birth of Music Box and the Box and
man.
TRL and 106 and Park, like all of those shows, eventually coming down the line.
And if the beauty in Michael Jackson is this, if we pay attention to Michael Jackson and his counterpart Prince, we would actually run the country right now. Mm-hmm. They told us what time it was, man. They consistently told they don't really care about us. Prince did the slave thing. Mike took control of all the masters. They told us how to get down, man. But we consistently this is gonna be one of my episodes soon, because I produce, me, I'll remix in a minute. We don't want freedom, we want slavery light. Less beatings looks great, Right. That's all we want, man.
And we got a commercial we love slavery light.
Yeah, we love it. And
better than nothing.
Yeah, man. That's the tagline. I Turner did it. Dude, George Clinton did it. We've been doing it for a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
And all we do is focus on negativity. Again, like going back to Mike, why they ain't show when he had the worst moment in his life? The same reason you don't post. Right, exactly. Your boyfriend socks you in the eye.
Right. You're not gonna post that. Right. And we know already. Like if you wasn't there, go look it up. The internet is
we don't need to do that.
We don't need that. Now the part 2 definitely I'll say go from, because it would start at bad, probably to the end.
Pushing to the end. Yeah. But I don't want to hear nothing about that, man, because at the end of the day, from what we understand and from what the media has told us and what documentation has shown us, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So no, I don't want to hear nothing bad about Blood. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is one of the most dynamic people in the history of entertainment.
Yeah. In the history of people.
Yeah, in the history of people.
Yeah. So it is 1983. This is according to an article. Michael Jackson actually brought together roughly 80 members of the Bloods and Crips for the music video Beat It to promote unity. And actually, he had some of them in Thriller. I might have to go back and watch that, because they panned to the side and they had some people pop locking on the side in the video. But
I remember that.
Go back and watch that.
I know they gang bangers, but again, man, see, this is what just irks me to no end about our community and people in general, because we ain't gonna focus on the fact that my man is literally creating peace in LA. Mm-hmm. We're gonna focus on he may have touched a child. And you know what, dog? Some people, of course, because they're waiting on the worst out of people. Oh, yeah. Most people were like, man, get the hell out of here. This is Michael Jackson, man. He ain't touching no kids.
Yeah. Nah. And the fact that he was willing to do whatever to make these kids' life be great for one day or one weekend. Now, I think he was just naive and he thought people had the best interest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably his biggest downfall is trusting people, and a lot of people don't have the right intentions.
Yeah.
They know you a bag. They know they can get something from you.
Yeah, that's the problem with the world, man. I'm not selling my soul for the money, man. You know what I mean? Me and you, we could have come together and done a program, and we could have just jumped on that Stephen A. Smith argumentative, negative. But you know what? I'd rather keep going to work, man. And you know how much I hate it.
Yeah. I just don't know every day. I don't know. Every day you pick a side and you just argue that side for a full hour. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you slip up and actually give your opinion. You stick to that one side. I don't get it.
I just don't understand why. How do you see the negative in everything?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we look, just to show you how negative and foolish the world has become, right? This is what we do. We've gone from having conversations about what happened last night to you are not great because you lost in the finals. Listen to that, Ben.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson didn't sell 25 million this time. Well, he had the greatest selling album in the world. You couldn't have thought that was gonna happen again.
Right.
So yeah, man, we live in this negative box, and I'm so glad Antoine Fuqua did not play into that foolishness, man. He allowed us to celebrate one of the greatest entertainers in the history of the world. He gave us a peek inside his mental, the peek up inside of his hearing, the peek inside of his talent, his heart. That's how you do a movie, man. And I'm not looking for a fluff piece. If he'd have been a jerk ass, let me see you a jerk ass. But this is a kind, humane individual. So that's what you need to be seeing.
Yeah. And then people had the question, why was there no Janet? They had LaToya in it. I don't know if they had Reedy in it. I mean, there was kids sitting around the table.
She was in it. She was in it briefly. Remember they were dancing in the crib. That tall lady with the white dress on.
Yeah,
that's Reedy.
Yeah. Okay.
See, but the people who asked why wasn't Janet in it, because she was goddamn 16 years old at 86. What was she gonna be doing, man?
Yeah, and they so supposedly they asked and she declined. So, I mean,
hey man, look, knock it off, man.
Yeah.
Look,
people gonna find some particular reason as to why,
man.
Yeah, people gonna find a reason as to why and try to poke a hole in it. I mean, the movie was great, man. It was well done. Again, you have your nephew playing him. And it was hard. It was really hard to not think, oh, that's Michael. Doing the moonwalk and everything. I don't think any of that was CGI. Now the animals that was in the film was CGI. You could definitely tell that part. But him dancing, him doing the mannerisms, him with the walk, with the dress, with the soft spoken, and that's Jermaine's son. Once again, I thought it was Tito's, but that's Jermaine's son.
I knew it was Jermaine's son. Yeah.
I mean, like, man, Jermaine.
Hey, man, Jermaine hard body, man.
Yeah, man.
Jermaine lived with Marlon's ex-wife.
That dude was is still to this day, man, is on his own level. And based on the film, Joe was like, yeah, Jermaine was the first one that stepped out and did his own album.
Yeah, man, screw this dude. Yo, mom.
Yeah, man. I'm out of here, Joe.
Yeah. You hit me again, I'm gonna whoop you, man.
Because Jermaine was taller than Joe.
Yeah.
When they was all rehearsing, he and me wasn't picking on them.
I know for them too.
Yeah. He wasn't taking his bet off on them.
Yeah, especially because one of his sons played for the White Sox. So he gets your ass booked, Joe. What you say, Pop? What you say? And then if you call your father Joe, what you say, Joe?
Yeah, what you say, Joe? You talking to me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So the first nose job which they showed, and I think that was a part of which we all have. It's a part of not loving yourself and thinking that you gotta change something about yourself to like yourself more, which end up going down a rabbit hole. I don't know how many nose jobs you end up having, but it's just never gonna be perfect. It's just never gonna be perfect because you wasn't made to be perfect.
Not at all. Hey, man. See, Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson is like the Barry Bonds of nose jobs. Like you say steroids, baseball, you say Barry Bonds. Yeah. Michael Jackson, man, I don't want to put it's a prominent, excellent singer. I ain't gonna say her name. She got a nose job because she used to have one. She had and she got a nose job, and she's super pro-black. I ain't gonna say her name because I ain't my business. And a lady who I thought was the most beautiful woman in the world had a nose job. And rest in peace. I ain't gonna say her name, but she used to be on Dynasty, and she was in the 5 Heartbeats. That's all I'm gonna say. He had a nose job. So we always act like if Michael Jackson started a nose job. No. He's just the most famous.
People doing it, yeah. his life was just, and there wasn't social media back then, but there was the paparazzi though was big. So anything he did, it was immediately thrown in a tabloid, or it was on TV, or it was in a newspaper, in a magazine. So that was kind of his. That was part of why he wasn't really able to hide anything, because paparazzi was huge. Like, they were everywhere. There was at his house after Off the Wall.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So you imagine Thriller, like, they're probably hopping over the fence and hiding in the bushes to try to get a picture.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it was a different time, and you know, like I said, man, I ain't got no slander. Like my man Kenyon Mind said, it would be no Russell Westbrook slander. It would be no Michael Jackson slander for me.
Yeah, nah.
And watch this, man. I'm gonna blow your mind. I ain't even the biggest Michael Jackson fan in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, if the average Michael Jackson fan is an 8, I'm like a 2.
Yeah.
I just respect them.
You respect the greatness.
Yeah, I just respect the greatness.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't never gonna come over my crib and hear no Michael Jackson playing. I tell you, unless it's in a show. unless it's Apple Music playing.
Yeah, unless it just happened to be playing in a mix or something.
Yeah. But I like his music. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna tell you, oh man, I ain't gonna listen to no Mike. No, the man cold blooded like Rick James. But
yeah,
just was the best to ever do it, if you ask me.
All right. The hair burn, which you got to show that, because that's one of the most iconic moments in his life, just a period. And the fact he just had that glove on, to me, that just made me think, like, this dude was still, even when he was hurting, like, this is my signature. I'm not taking this off. He was walking around the hospital with the glove on. Now, I don't know if his hand was burned or
maybe
just him.
That was where he was getting light.
Maybe. But I mean,
I thought about that when I saw the movie. When he took the glove off and he was a little light, I was like, maybe that's why he.
Oh, you're right about that, because he talked about the vitiligo, which there was some controversy there. People was always like, nah, he didn't have that. He just started bleaching his skin, and he said it. People just don't want to believe it. They want to go on their own narrative and their own storyline to villainize him as much as possible.
Exactly,
It's always been the MO.
Why celebrate someone when you can find something wrong with him?
Yeah,
and that's
you can find them slipping. That's the biggest thing.
What's wrong with you, man? I mean, again, I'm not talking about something egregious like pedophilia, SA, or anything of that nature. But if you got issues with your own personal situation and you keep pumping out them hits, hey man, hopefully you can get you a Dr. Melfi or something. You know, get you a therapist, and hopefully keep pumping them hits out, man. Like, you know, like I hear like the ladies be like, man, I'll be glad, man, Jake break up with a new boyfriend. That's what I'm talking about.
That's when the best music gonna come.
Right, that's when the best music gonna come. So that's what I'm talking about. I don't need to know about all your personal business, because first and foremost, I'm a man that don't want you to be having these problems.
Right.
I don't want you.
I know you human.
Right. I mean, yeah, you superstar Michael Jackson. You got all this money, but hey, man, if I cut you, you're gonna bleed.
Right. It's like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no different. You just got more money than the average person. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, so that the hair burn, which was a part of the Pepsi commercial, and then the victory tour, which he really didn't want to do, but again, being a good person, he was like, I'm gonna do this, and then that's it. I'm done. And it was probably one of the highest grossing tours ever, which they're doing a lot of his hits. They're doing Jackson 5 hits.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing whatever that was hot at that point in time for the Jacksons. They were doing it, selling out stadiums. And of course, Joe in the background, like, yeah, this is the beginning. We about to go international.
Hey man,
stay making side deals, man.
You let Don King though.
Yeah, I did not know Don King. So Don King was a part of that victory tour.
Yeah, man. I mean, see, it was a different time, man. See, black folks was on their way before that whole epidemic hit, man.
Yeah,
we were on our way, but again, we fall in love with the mainstream. With all the issues we have about Joe Jackson, You know what? One thing about Joe Jackson, he was trying to keep that money in the community and in the family, man.
Yep. True.
Say what you want to say, and we could talk about his flawed parenting. We could talk about his narcissistic ways and all the fancy pants words that we want to throw around. But you know what? Jackson was all about the hood, man.
Yeah.
He was all about progression. Because you notice he ain't go to the people at Epic and say, "Hey, won't y'all hook me up?" No. He ain't go. He was
the he went to the hottest promoter that was out at that time.
Yeah, him and Al Heyman. People don't know Al Heyman played the role. You know, Floyd's guy.
Yeah,
he was rolling that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. That's what I'm saying, man. We were doing it in that moment in history.
Yeah.
And you know, we fell in love with that. That hump day. Ooh, ha, that's bleep.
Yeah, so it was the Victory Tour was just Jackson's 5th and final concert tour from July 6th to December 9th, 1984, covering the US and Canada. It was the first and only tour with all 6 Jackson brothers, 55 shows, an estimated 2.5 million attendees, grossing $75 million. And Don King put up like $3 million up front. So I mean, it was huge. But again, man, Michael was like, "Look, he just capitalizing off my music. Like the Jacksons wasn't putting out stuff like that to where it was selling out arenas. They was coming to see Michael. They was fainting in the stands for Michael. Mm-hmm. And you know,
and if Joe was thinking, man, I'm gonna do the Jacksons and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And then like some state, like places like New York, LA, Dallas, Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, Miami, Atlanta, Mike gonna do a lot more work those places.
Yeah.
The ancillary places, all right, Mike, you just gonna we gonna do a couple Jackson 5s, and then you're gonna do some Mike.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to split that bread.
Nah, because he knew he wasn't gonna get the cut that he was getting doing it with his brothers. Was just a fraction of the cut he was going to get when he go on his world tour.
And think about this, man. The greatest selling album in music history never got a tour.
Which is crazy.
Insane.
Crazy. Because if it did, that would probably be the highest grossing tour.
And just imagine if he don't catch on fire, he end the Victory Tour and start the Thriller Tour.
Yeah.
Game
over.
Hey man, that album would have sold 100 million copies at that point.
Yeah.
They be talking about platinum, uranium.
Right. Yeah, that ain't even a word for that. At this point in time, 51 million copies. So
I ain't gonna lie, I bought it twice.
I got the album. I got the vinyl around here somewhere right now.
I was buying anything that was hot at that point. Me and Illinois used to go to the record store and just cop.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. So he ends up ending the tour, the last show. He's like, "Yeah, this is it. This is our last tour." And he's looking right at his dad, Joe, which I don't know if that was real or not, but he got the message because obviously from there on, you know, going on a bad tour and that's where it ends. Which I felt like that was good. Again, you cannot get all of his life in 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you got a chunk of it. So now they're working on 2. I think you go from bad to the end. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But man, this was well done. I don't have any critiques about it at all. He did a great job. And Fuqua did a great job.
But he does a great job with everything, man.
Yeah. Whatever and he's Denzel's guy, right? He done a few things with Denzel.
He set it off. I think pull up Antoine Fuqua.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up right.
He's some of the best movies ever, man. I think
The Replacement, Bait, Training Day, King Arthur, Shooter, Olympus Has Fallen. That's a good movie. All the Equalizers. Emancipation, I think that was that Will Smith.
That's a Will Smith dude. Yeah.
Rob Peace, that was a good movie. We reviewed that one.
Excellent. Yeah.
Bullet Train, he was a producer on. So yeah, man, he's got some stuff in the chamber, like for real. He's done some really good movies. So right guy to do this.
And he his Sunshine. That's his wife.
Oh yeah. Lela
Rochon.
Yeah, definitely.
And Nicole Murphy.
Yeah, I ain't coming home no more.
Yeah.
Tell your mama I ain't coming home.
Tell Lela Rochon.
Man.
Holla at your boy. I still holla.
Hey, boomerang, man.
I don't care if you're juicy. I'm bigger too, baby.
Right. That don't matter.
But man. Antoine Fuqua, excellent director. Only person to get Denzel Washington to do a sequel and then got him do it twice.
Which is crazy.
Insane.
They did 4 Equalizer movies. That's three. Three Equalizer movies, which is crazy. I don't think he's ever done any film.
He's never done it. Only time he ever done a sequel was with Fuqua.
Yeah. He just not really that type of thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
man. So
excellent job.
Another excellent man.
And take your time. You ain't got to rush. I know people are like, when it's too, just take your time.
It ain't like he coming back. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It ain't like you run out of time.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and let it go.
What's next? Nah, ain't no more next.
Yeah.
Hey, my favorite line in the movie is I'm staying out here in the sun just in case. While you're in the sun, he said, God might deliver it. He said, if I don't stay out here in the sun, God will get that blessing of Prince. So,
yeah.
That was dope.
That was, man. And they seemed like they respected each other's greatness. There wasn't it seemed like it was no beef or issue there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man. Now, unlike today, where you got to hate somebody you going up.
Right. You got to tear them down in order for you to show that you the big dog.
Hey! I wonder if they do the part 2, they gonna mention that he offered Prince the role in the Bad video. He's gonna be his antagonist, and Prince said, "Nah, man. I mean, he was my number 1 rival at the time. Ain't no way I was gonna be in the video. He's gonna tell me your bud is mine." Prince like, nah, you ain't telling me that.
I'm good.
Hey, it's fun fact. That's my favorite part of the pod.
Yeah.
Prince, Michael Jackson, and Madonna was born in the same summer.
Really? Prince, Madonna, and Mike were all born in the same? That's crazy. That is a fun fact right there.
Yeah. So what are we doing next week?
All right. I think we do the last house.
The last house? Okay.
Yeah. Let's we see something else.
I get a week off then because I watched that last week.
Yeah. Hey, it's I think it's still top 10 on on Netflix. Still people figure out what's going on. The same thing happened with Thrash.
Yeah.
But final thoughts, man. Mike rating, it's an easy 5. It was well done, great.
No need for final thoughts, man.
Nah, it's Mike.
There it is. Final thoughts was Michael Jackson.
Right. But all right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We'll go ahead and play this preview again of what we're going to review next week. Unless we may do an audible, but I don't foresee it. But Michael is available on STARZ right now. Hey, get that free trial, or if you want to watch all the powers, they're on there. So
rest in peace to my man Disco.
Yes.
Salute to the 88 crew, man. Much love to all y'all. Thank you, Jackie, for tapping in. Jackie is kind of like our unofficial class president.
Okay.
Good person, man. She organizes a lot of things, trips, outings, cookouts. She's very good at what she does. She's irreplaceable to our unity in regards to our class. She does Father's Day events, Mother's Day events, just unifying us.
That's what we need too.
Yeah. She's good. She's a good human being, man. But again, man, rest in peace to my man Derek Jackson. Like I told you, I've never told you this, but since COVID, I've lost about 38 associates and 8 friends since January of last year. Hey man, don't wait till tomorrow to call somebody. Call them today.
Yeah, do it now. Do it now, because you never know. You never know. Tomorrow's not promised.
Tomorrow's not promised, man. Rest in peace to my man. 88 forever, man.
All right, y'all. Take care.
Peace.